The Diablo series, at the core, is a very simple idea: dark versus light, demons versus angels. However, Diablo takes place on Sanctuary. This was a secret escape between a demon and angel who had fallen in love and fled to live in peace. Their relationship leads to humans, or Nephilim, a balanced being between the demon and angel. In the original Diablo, the soul of Diablo had been sealed away in a stone hidden in ancient catacombs beneath a town of Tristram. Over time, Diablo's soul had tried to corrupt the hearts of men above, and with an evil bishop, his time finally came. He convinced the archbishop to bring him a young prince to embed his trapped soul in. This allowed Diablo to take form on Sanctuary. Our hero defeats Diablo and, in an attempt to trap him again, takes his soul stone into his own body. The soul stone begins to corrupt our hero and becomes the Dark Wanderer. Eventually, this leads to Baal being released on the world, who corrupts the World Stone, the original source of power for all humans or Nephilim on Sanctuary. The heroes of Diablo 2 are able to slay Baal, but the World Stone is forever corrupted. This is when Tyrael destroyed the World Stone for the betterment of mankind. 20 years after the events of Diablo 2 and the destruction of the World Stone, Deckard Cain and his ward Leah are in Tristram Cathedral investigating an ancient prophecy. Suddenly, a mysterious star falling from the sky strikes the capital, creating a path of destruction in which Deckard Cain disappears. Our hero, known as the Nephilim, arrives in New Tristram to investigate the fallen star. The Nephilim is informed as to where the star landed along with the disappearance of Leah's uncle and is asked to rescue him. While searching the cathedral, our hero discovers the star was actually a person. The stranger has no memories except that he lost his sword, which broke into 3 pieces. Cain believes that finding his sword might help restore his memory. While our hero searches for the pieces, it appears someone else is also trying to collect them, the cult leader and witch Magda. While recovering one of the pieces with Leah at their side, Magda reveals that Leah is the daughter of Adria, and that Adria might still be alive. Our hero is eventually able to collect the sword pieces, but the witch Magda seizes the shards and attempts to capture Cain to force him to repair the sword for her own ends. While Magda is torturing Cain to restore the sword, Leah, in distress, releases a huge amount of uncontrolled power and forces Magda to retreat, but takes the stranger with her. Cain, dying from Magda's torture, uses the last of his strength to repair the sword and instructs the Nephilim to return it to the stranger. Our hero fights their way to Leoric's manor, where the cultists are hiding the stranger. Fighting their way down to the stranger, they come upon the Butcher. The Nephilim is able to defeat the Butcher, rescues the stranger, and returns his sword, causing him to regain his memories. Remembering who he is, the stranger then reveals himself as the fallen angel Tyrael. Disgusted with his fellow angels' unwillingness to protect humanity from the forces of hell, Tyrael casts aside his divinity to become immortal and warns Sanctuary about the arrival of the demon lords Belial and Asmodan. To avenge Cain's death, the Nephilim tracks Magda to the city of Chaldeum, which is ruled by Hakan II. The Nephilim manages to kill Magda and rescues Leah's mother, Adria. During this adventure, Hakan II reveals himself to our hero's party several times to aid them. Adria tells Tyrael and the Nephilim that the key to stopping the demons is the Black Soul Stone, which can trap the souls of the 7 lords of hell and destroy them forever. In order to obtain the Black Soul Stone, our hero would need to resurrect an expert on the Soul Stone, the Mad Horadrim Zoltan Kuhl. Kuhl reveals its hiding place and completes the unfinished Soul Stone. Zoltan Kuhl is telling the party not to trust anyone and warns of greater things happening. Once the power of the Soul Stone is restored, Zoltan Kuhl turns on the party to keep the Soul Stone for himself, but is ultimately defeated. The Nephilim, returning to Chaldeum, discovers it's under attack and heads to find Hakan II. This is where Hakan reveals himself to be a lord of hell, Belial, who has been manipulating the party. The Nephilim is able to defeat Belial and trap his soul within the stone. Late at night, while Leah is studying an ancient book, she falls asleep and receives a vision from Asmodan, who tells her that he is sending an army from the ruins of Mount Arret to take the Black Soul Stone for himself. Tyrael, Adria, Leah, and the Nephilim journey to Bastion's Keep, the last line of defense between Asmodan's forces and the rest of Sanctuary. Adria begins training Leah on controlling her power and anger that was unleashed when Deckard Cain was being tortured. The heroes' party arrives in time to stave off the forces assaulting the keep and reignites the tower's fires to re-inspire the forces of good. Our hero adventures out from the keep into Mount Arret. Our hero must destroy several of Asmodan's generals along the way, but eventually finds his way to Asmodan. The Nephilim kills Asmodan and traps his soul in the Black Soul Stone. However, back at the keep, Adria betrays the Nephilim and takes the Black Soul Stone with the 7 Demon Lords' souls inside. She reveals that she has been Diablo's agent from the beginning, and that Leah's father is the Dark Wanderer, our hero from Diablo 1, who conceived her while being possessed by Diablo, making her the perfect vessel for the demon's physical form. Using Leah as a sacrifice, Adria resurrects Diablo. Having the souls of all the lords of hell within him, Diablo becomes the prime evil, the most powerful demon in existence, and begins to assault the heavens, which even with its angelic defenders are no match for him. He is making his way to the core of heaven. With destroying it or corrupting it, all angels would fall powerless, and the light would be extinguished. Tyrael and the Nephilim follow Diablo to the high heavens, where the city is under attack. The defending angels warn the Nephilim that Diablo is attempting to reach the Crystal Ark, which is the source of all angels' power. The most powerful angel in heaven, Imperius, is hostile towards having the help of a human and threatens our hero to leave several times. After our hero proves his worth, freeing some of the angel brethren, he reluctantly allows our hero to continue his quest to prevent Diablo from corrupting the Crystal Arch and completing his victory over the high heavens. The Nephilim confronts and defeats him. With Diablo's physical manifestation destroyed, the Black Soul Stone is cast out of the high heavens, still intact. After the battle, Tyrael decides to rejoin the angels in heaven, but to remain as a mortal, dedicated to building a permanent alliance between angels and humans.